For more than a decade, the BGK family has been a champion of dreams. It's the dreams of those who work for a better tomorrow that drive us to reach our greatest potential. We are here to support our Kingdom partners, their families, their ministries, and our communities.
Did you know that online streaming is becoming the most powerful means of reaching a broader audience? Even major networks are transitioning from cable television to online streaming platforms. BGK is a Christian online TV network that is ahead of the curve. We specialize in virtual broadcasting, allowing leaders to broadcast right from their homes while sitting in the comfort of their customized studios. Well, call us at 877-386-6207 and become a broadcast partner with BGK Broadcast.
My name is Simone Garvey.
My name is Keita Thomas,
and this is my life, my story. My name is Diane West, and this is my life, my story.
Fayette County 911. What's the address of your emergency?
Hello, I need help. He kicked in the door, and when I looked in his eyes, I saw the devil.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to G's Inspirational Corner TV show, where I am your host, Evangelist Yolanda Simmons-Wright. And listen, we have a lot to talk about today, but before I get to my guests and our show, I want to tell you how to be a guest on G's Inspirational Corner TV show. All you have to do is send me an email to wewdiamonds@yahoo.com. That's wewdiamonds@yahoo.com. Again, I am your host, Evangelist Yolanda Simmons-Wright, and this is G's Inspirational Corner TV show right here on Roku BGK TV 117 channel. Listen, before I bring our guest on, I want to just give you a little information about him, and then I'm going to bring him on and let him give you more information. Today's guest name is James Pray. And James Pray, he does a photography. He's joined photography years ago when he picked up an old Nikon D80 camera. And that was a small interest of his in photography before it expanded into a big passion. Now, just a few years ago, a few cameras and thousands of photos later, he dived into the world of professional photography. I'm going to bring him in on the show because I want him to be right here while I tell you the rest of his story. He enjoyed the level of art and creativity involved in imagery. He started taking pictures in the club scene in Atlanta, Georgia in 2008. So come on, let's bring him in. Come on, James Pray. Come on in, because I want to tell them more about you. Welcome to G's Inspirational Corner.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm well. So I was just reading your bio, and I see here in 2019, you decided to move back home to Wilson, North Carolina. So you're from Wilson, North Carolina.
Yeah, I grew up in Wilson. I wasn't born here, but I grew up here most of my life. And I went to the Wilson school system and all of that. And this is home. This is what I consider home.
Okay. I was reading that you returned to Wilson, North Carolina to teach the younger generation photography at Sally B. Howard School for 2 years. Tell me about that.
Well, that was a great opportunity I had, and they told me that they was having a class for photography, and wanted to know if I could teach that class. And it was a great opportunity to do something new for myself too, to challenge myself, and also to teach the younger generation about something that's fun, exciting, something they can do, and something they can actually earn off of it, eventually. So yeah, that was a great experience to work with kids and teach them what I knew, and pass on what I knew.
Listen, I was reading that you captured the red carpet moments of a great movie and show premiere such as Think Like a Man and Snowfall.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to work with everyone from that was on Think Like a Man. I had to actually be with them all day, and they did interviews and red carpet events. So I had the opportunity to capture all of that. And with Snowfall, it was so many shows, but that was just one of them. And the good thing about that was when they first started. So that was when they first, nobody knew who they were besides John Singleton, of course. And so they had, they came on the red carpet, everybody took their pictures, and it was just a good day, That was their first time they was premiering their episode, the first episode, yeah.
How cool is that? Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
how cool is that? I hope we have some photos that we can put up of that. Before the show, we was able to play a small trailer of your documentary. I can't wait to get to that. I've been following you on Facebook, and I know you have covered a variety of things. One of my favorites is Moms on a Mission, and quite a few more, but we're going to get to that. But before we get to that, I was reading that you did something, what was this, the Braxtons, Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta. Tell me about that, and the game.
Yeah, I actually, I got in my event photography, I got an opportunity to do behind the scenes for a lot of shows as well. And so the Braxtons was one show, Love and Hip Hop was one show, and the game was happened to be another show. Well, I just did behind the scenes photos and still photography, because they still use still photography, behind the scenes as their video. So I had an opportunity. That was one opportunity that I had, and it was fun and it was exciting at the time, especially someone coming from North Carolina, Wilson, North Carolina, to do that. So that was fun. That was exciting.
Oh my goodness. I feel like that I am amongst a superstar right here. Y'all hear that? Think Like a Man. That's one of my favorite shows. And a lot of people, I know I've never watched Love and Hip Hop, but my daughter talk about that all the time. Yeah. And the Braxtons, one of my favorite families. So that is super exciting. And I was also reading here that one of your proudest moments of photography was shooting the album cover for your favorite groups, Jagged Edge.
Yeah, Jagged Edge. They're one of my favorite groups in Atlanta, singing groups. And I had an opportunity to do one of the album covers called the Remedy album. And so that was very exciting, because I had never did an album cover before. That's one of a photographer's dream, to shoot an album cover, because that's something that's everlasting. I mean, your name is on that forever. You know what I mean? Yes. So that was a very proud moment. I was excited to do that. Yeah.
Now let's get into your documentaries that you do now. So now you're using that camera, and you're behind the scene. And we just watched one of your trailers, My Life, My Story. Tell me about My Life, My Story, and how you got started with all of that.
Well, from the beginning of it, when I first got the first seed of it, I worked, during my photography days, I worked with a music exec in Atlanta. She's very known in Atlanta, Shanti Das, and we used to do a thing called Feed the Homeless, when we used to go out in Atlanta and feed homeless on this corner. So I was curious to some of their situations, so I got to asking them questions about it, and so they just gave me a lot of different information about how they got in that position, and so that was the seed. And then so this was like years ago, like maybe 10 years ago. So that seed was planted, and so how it got, I had been working on it for a while up until now, and it just so happens that a friend of mine, a classmate of mine, her son was murdered, and I knew the child, I knew the mom and the dad, so it just got back in my head like I wonder if she would tell that story about it, and so that's when My Life, My Story was born. And I actually put it to work. I didn't have all the equipment, but I just said I'm going to do it this time instead of just talking about it. So, so that's how I started with the first episode.
My Life, My Story. And so you're actually documenting a lot of important things, some things that people really don't know a lot about. You did one about moms on a mission and some things that was going on there in the town of Wilson, North Carolina, about, families experiencing some type of addiction that was taking over the community. And I mean, I saw you behind that camera and you was interviewing, I believe it was Katina Shackelford, as she shared her stories and the way you was able to pull out, those questions and she was able to really pour in and tell her story. So how are you able, because I'm going to tell you, if I experienced what some of these family experience, I don't know if I would be able to speak, but you seem to keep them calm and keep them in a place where they can actually tell their story. What are some of the strategies that you use, or how do you keep them calm enough, to get their story out without breaking down right there in front of the camera?
Well, I just remind them that we're here for a purpose, and the purpose is to get information out that may help other people. And a lot of the people who I've interviewed, they want to help other people. They want to tell their story to help others because they're going through a lot of pain themselves, and it's therapeutic for them as well. So I just remind them, and sometimes we may stop, and I just remind them that we're here for this purpose. And, I know it's hard, but try to be strong so we can get this story out so we can, help other people. And so they may hear your story and know some early signs that may be able to help their child,
Yes.
So that's just, and it's just one of the purposes of My Life, My Story is to spark that conversation. Spark the conversation from a mother to a child or father to a child to ask questions about drug abuse. Are they using drugs? Or if they are, how can I help you? It's not about beating the child down, but it's about how can I help you? What can we do to work together to be able to, get you through this?
Yeah, it can be sort of therapeutic.
Yes.
To start talking about it and raising awareness.
Yes.
The trailer that we just showed, I believe, in that trailer, someone was experiencing trauma or some type of abuse.
Yes, I have other videos coming very soon about domestic violence. That's another topic that we need to cover in our community, I feel, and talk about it and see, how can we heal from because I feel that men are supposed to protect women and children and be their protector, and a lot of men are hitting women and doing, and women are hitting men as well. So we just need to spark that conversation about how can we heal, and get through this.
So how can our viewers reach you on social media, or where can they find you, or how can they see some of your documentaries at this time?
Yeah, they can log on their YouTube. They can go to My Life, My Show on YouTube. I have an Instagram, which is My Life, My Story Show on Instagram, and that's also on TikTok as well. My Life, My Story Show, and the website is also it's not fully up, but you can go to it. It's mylifemystoryshow.com.
Okay.
That's coming, so you will be able to see. But all of the videos are not on the website yet, but all of them are on YouTube right now.
Now, I introduced you as James Pray, but on your social media, you're J Pray. Is that right?
Yes. If you go to my Facebook, it's J Pray, JAYPRAY.
Okay.
That's just a name I adopted in my photography days, just to make it go fake, just so people say J Pray, just to have a ring to it. That's all.
Can you tell us more about some of your documentaries. Who are some of the people that you interview that people can maybe go and actually view those documentaries now?
Yes, we have. Of course, we have women from Moms on a Mission like Katina Shackelford, Patricia Atkinson. We also have it's a young lady who's actually it's a couple of young ladies who fighting right now. They're trying to get information for their son's murder. One of them is in Tanya Neal in Kenley, North Carolina. And her son was around that time when they had all the police officers quit in Kenley, North Carolina. So her son was killed around that time. So we don't even feel there was a proper investigation because they all quit around that time. So she's trying to get information. We have the last one was Miss Sade Sessoms. And man, that one touched me. It's a 60-year-old young man that was killed in Wilson, North Carolina, and we're trying to find information about that as well. So some of them are telling their story to try to get information, to try to get, and there's another one, Miss Tamika Johnson. Her son is in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Her son was killed a couple of years ago, and it was like a drive-by shooting where nobody knows anything. And so that's another one we're trying to get, just trying to get information for,
So these are real stories.
Real life, real stories.
These are real stories, and some of them received major attention and some did not, right?
Yes. We're getting a lot of views. We're getting there's a lot of people paying attention because if you really think about it, most younger generation, they're using internet now to look at a lot of things like YouTube and people, individual pages. So it's getting more than the average newspaper, So, the average child won't look at a newspaper, but they'll get on the internet and look at videos. So this is one way we're reaching a lot of young individuals. So we're reaching, mothers, fathers, their children. Everyone is looking at these videos. So.
Yeah, and the other thing is the younger people may not look at the news, but they, like you said, they will go online. Exactly. And look at a lot of things. So this is a great way to raise awareness about all of these things that's going on, especially about, abuse and trauma and all of that. Yeah. And so if you would like to reach out to Jay Prey and tell him your story, tell them how they can reach you if they have a story that they would like for you to maybe hear. Tell us again how they can reach you.
Okay, they can actually come to, if they're on Facebook, they can go to Jay Prey, JayPray, and just add me or just send me a message saying I want to tell my story or get information about it. I have an Instagram, which is My Life, My Story Show on Instagram, and it's My Life, My Story Show on TikTok as well. And you can just send me a message anytime, or you can go to the letter J, PRAYJR@gmail.com. That's my email. You can email me directly.
And listen, after today's show, I want to invite our guests to go over to G's Inspirational Corner broadcast. You can also put a question out there. If you want to hear more about what Mr. Prey is doing, all you have to do, go over to G's Inspirational Corner broadcast right on Facebook and give us a comment. Tell us how you like today's show or ask a question, and I will be glad to reach out to you. And Mr. Prey, he can also see your information on G's Inspirational Corner broadcast. We would love to hear from you. I would love to know what you think about My Life, My Stories when you go to his social media page or after today's show. Go over there. Just give us a comment. Tell us how you like today's show. Also, if you want to be a guest on G's Inspirational Corner broadcast, all you have to do is send me an email at wewdiamonds@yahoo.com. Again, today I'm talking to Jay Prey. I'm talking to him about his series or his documentaries that he's doing on My Life, My Story. Listen, these are real stories. These are real stories. Yes. Recently, and I'm praying that maybe we can have some of your stories right here on this broadcast Jay. Can I call you Jay?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay. I would love to have some of your stories aired right here on this broadcast as well.
Oh, no problem. We can make that happen.
Yeah, maybe we can do some partnership. The more ways we can get the information out, because
Exactly.
like I said, when I was looking at some of your documentary, I was like, oh my gosh. I know, sometimes we know things exist, but then we need when you put it out there, you make people aware that, hey, this is still going on.
Exactly.
This is still happening, and we still need to pay attention, and we still need to figure out what we need to do to come together and see what we can do about what's going on. So I truly enjoy what I am seeing, what I am hearing. I'm going to encourage everyone to go to your Facebook page and to even reach out to you if there's a story that's not getting attention, because some of these things was not getting attention, especially what was going down there at Wilson, North Carolina. Can you tell us briefly? Like I said, I had Moms on a Mission here on G's Inspirational Corner broadcast, but there was an addiction call. It was something going on there. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh, the addiction. It's an addiction. I think they're using what they call wet.
Right.
And they're dipping cigarettes and things of that nature into like embalming fluid. Yeah, something like that. So it's really they don't know the effects of it. It's really eating people up from the inside. It's really harming them mentally. And a lot of children don't realize it until they're hurt or they're mentally unstable. And so I think that's just one thing that we need to just spark the conversation about. And maybe and in the future, I want to do some other things, like maybe panels so we can discuss it more, discuss what we can do. Maybe we can connect with the mayor and do things. So it's just like I say, this is just sparking the conversation. This is just the first thing, sparking the conversation. Now we have to keep pushing it so more people can hear it and see what we're trying to do.
Right. And, we need to support other communities. We need to support the community. I'm also the founder of an organization, nonprofit organization, Women Empowering Women, Diamonds in the Rough. And actually, we sponsor Moms on a Mission and another organization, East End Boxing for Kids. And so we need to get more people involved so we can get the support that we need so that we can come together as communities and be a solution to this problem. I always say, all of us have to come together and take care of the communities.
Yes.
You never know. You may not be going through what some of these families are going through at this time, so you want to make sure that you're supporting it.
Exactly.
You don't never know when you may need the help. So let's support our communities. Let's be there for each other. You can reach out to Jay Pray if you have a story that that's not getting any attention, or if there's something going on that we're not aware of, and you want to draw attention and raise awareness, reach out to Mr. Pray. I'm sure he would love to hear from you. What else can you tell us about My Life, My Stories, or about your journey with all of this?
Well, the journey, like I say, this is just the seed that I wanted to plant first. In the future, I have short stories that I'm working on now, and it will be more of a visual of some of the stories. So people can see. So, and then, like I say, we want to move on to having panels where we can actually speak about a lot of things that's going on. And I actually want to move to seminars after that to really have people come speak to people, and because we really have to do this. It's no one is going to come save us. No one is going to come give us money. No one is going to do this. This is something that we have to do on our own, and we have to start with the conversation, and we have to put a plan in action, and we have to have action after that.
That's
so
right.
So I just think, I just wanted to start the conversation with this, plant the seed with this, and move in a more action direction in the future.
Yes, yes. And I want to say to our viewers, a lot of times when people go through these traumas and whatever that is, that's impacting your family, because what people don't understand, what happens, it doesn't just, if a person is addicted to drugs or whatever, or if a person is being abused, that affects the entire family.
Exactly.
And the communities. And, the other thing is, a lot of times people are afraid to reach out for help.
Mm-hmm.
But we're living in a time where we're no longer living in a time where what goes in the house stays in the house. We want to encourage people. If you need help, reach out. I'm also the founder of a program called Rise. It's a mentoring and coaching and counseling. So if you need just somebody to talk to, because sometimes, people just need somebody to tell it to. They're stuck with having all of that to deal with everything alone. You don't have to do it alone. Mr. Prey is offering a platform where you can actually talk to him. If you need to get that story out, I'm offering a service, counseling, coaching, mentoring, or what have you, so that you can get the help that you need. So with Mr. Prey sitting behind that camera, listen, when you watch how he handled those questions and keep, because one lady, looked like she was going to start crying and breaking down. It's just his soothing voice and letting that other person is being interviewed. Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Breathe. Let's get this out. And so please go out to his social media. He gave his social media information, how you can reach him. You can go to G's Inspirational Corner broadcast on Facebook, and just type in the comments. Let us know. If he doesn't see it, I'll be sure to let him know, hey, this person would like for you to contact them. I am honored to have you on my show today, Mr. Prey. We still have some time. Is there any encouraging words or any motivation that you would like to give someone who's maybe going through something?
Well, I just wanted to say, like, when I met the young ladies from Moms on a Mission, one of the things they mentioned to me was that they thought that they were alone until they got with that group, and then they realized that a lot of people is going through this situation. So you never know what someone else is going through. You never know how someone else can help you. It's okay to reach out to people. It's okay to reach out to therapy, the therapist, and get therapy. It's okay to just talk to someone, So I just want to encourage anyone who's going through things, just don't be ashamed to speak to someone about it. Don't be ashamed to reach out for a helping hand, because people do want to help.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that want to help, So really, just try to stay strong. I know some of these situations are the worst because a lot of these women and men have lost their child, their only child, and it's rough, So, and I never experienced that, so I can't tell someone how, but I know sometimes it's good for them to talk about it.
Right. And maybe get with the group that may be experiencing the same thing. Because I remember Moms on a Mission was saying the way it was formed, the young lady that you did the interview, she was saying that she kept trying to get help and everything. And then she found out there were other people that was going through the same thing.
Exactly.
But people suffered in silence because they thought they were the only ones going through this. But when they started talking about it and they was able to come together as a group, they were super excited to know that there were other people that was going through this, and together they was able to bond and come up with a solution, some kind of way that they can, raise awareness and let the people who was going through that, oh no, you're not alone. I went through the same thing. And they was able to relate. So just like Mr. Prey is saying, maybe I haven't experienced this or he did not experience, but once we get the word out, there might be someone just hanging on and waiting to, to get the help, or just waiting for someone to say, hey, no, you're not alone. There are other people that's going through this. And let's point you in the right direction where maybe either you can get with a group that's going through the same thing, or maybe you can get some type of counseling or what have you. So that's why, I love Mr. Pray what you are doing. I really do. And how you're giving, and not just women, right?
No, it's not just women. It's fathers that's going through the same thing. It's fathers that have lost their child. And, a lot of them are reaching out to me, and, so I have some of those interviews coming up, and some things that they went through, so it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a story that's what they went through. It might not be the same, but everyone has a story or something that they went through that it was kind of hard for them to get out of it, so, and
So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, definitely.
Stay tuned. Because let me tell you, there's more that he's going to share. Definitely. And I want to say, Mr. Pray, I really thank you for being on G's Inspirational Corner TV show today.
Thank you.
And I look forward to hearing more and seeing more about your documentaries. And hey, maybe I just may be on one of those panels.
That's right. Yeah, we need you. We would need you.
Okay, so I want to say thank you so much. Definitely. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I want to say to my viewers, thank you for joining G's Inspirational Corner broadcast. Again, to be a guest on my show, all you have to do is send me an email to www.diamonds@yahoo.com. It was a pleasure to be your host today, and I hope to see you soon. Don't forget to join us. We're on the air 7 days a week right here on Roku, BGK TV 117. I love you now, and there's nothing you can do about it. See you soon.